How to lie. The following are 17 tips that will help you become a better liar and detect good liars. Number 1. Create a solid reputation for honesty. The first pillar of being a good liar is having a reputation for sincerity. First impressions matter. If you are seen as someone who is deceptive and wishy-washy from the get-go, it is quite hard to shake that perception. Aim to have a reputation of being transparent, predictable and rational, even if you're not that type of person. Lull people to sleep by hiding in plain sight. Stop lying all the time. It doesn't benefit you. Appearing honest, you set yourself up for success because when you really need to lie, people won't be looking at you suspiciously. You will be one step ahead. Number 2. Lie with purpose. This advice is complementary to the first. If you just lie for no reason, you wouldn't have a vision of how to lie, becoming sloppy in the process. If you lie to get smaller benefits, you jeopardize your chances of being believed when important lies are necessary. Make sure you have a reason to achieve. Make sure you have a specific goal. Lie only when truth has a big ripple effect on your life or will destroy someone else's life. Even then, you have to make a difficult choice depending on your own personal integrity. Having a reason also gives you the incentive to lie effectively and convincingly. You have more at stake, more skin in the game. Number 3. Use embarrassing details. A good way to throw people off the scent when lying is to include a detail that would be embarrassing to admit. Since people like to save face, they are less likely to suspect it of a ruse, unless you overplay it. A reasonable yet embarrassing detail will do the trick just fine. A boyfriend who is trying to hide that he is looking for an engagement ring might lie about his whereabouts and claim that he was at a friend's house and that he almost clogged the toilet. Embarrassing details will stop people from asking too many questions because they want you to save your face, as well as avoid second-hand embarrassment. Lying with omission. Instead of lying by adding details or completely changing the truth, some manipulators lie by omitting certain specifics. For instance, the same boyfriend could also lie by telling the girlfriend that he went shopping, but mention only the items that won't ruin the surprise. Another example would be a used cars dealer who willingly conceals the faults in the product to foster a misconception in the mind of the buyer that the car is completely functioning. Lying by omission is also referred to as, quote, mining, as in picking only the truth that serves your agenda. Number 5. Using half-truths. A half-truth is a deceptive comment that might potentially be partially true, include some truth, or totally true, but a part of a larger truth. It could also rely on double meaning and technicalities. For example, a cheating husband might deny having sexual relations with another woman because he doesn't consider kissing a sexual relation, but only penetration as so. He uses technicalities to hide the fact that he cheated or to minimize the impact of his behavior. Half-truths are tricky because the person once confronted will tell you that technically they told you the truth. Half-truths take advantage of the fact that people have different perceptions and definitions of what things mean to them. That is why it's always useful to ask for their definition of things to avoid their shenanigans. Number 6. Weaving between the lies, truths, and half-truths. A person can use multiple elements in orchestrating their narrative. A manipulator might use truthful statements first to build trust, validation, rapport, saying things that we all know are true or are afraid to say out loud, like men and women are different. Then he or she will unload lies, half-truths, and use the previous truth as a bandwagon to carry them. First impressions are difficult to break. As I said before, once the manipulator has your initial compliance, they have you duped for some time. Once the truth is out, only then the agenda slowly seeps in. Be careful of people who are telling you lies. But also, and more importantly, be careful of people who are telling you the truth. 7. Beware of your body language. According to experts, human communication is 55% nonverbal, 38% vocal, and 7% verbal, using only words. This means that even if you are good at lying verbally, your body will leak out the truth and expose your deception. This is why it's quite useful to master your body language and learn about the signs that disclose inconsistency between what you say and what you mean. Although there aren't signs of deception, there are signs of discomfort. Evasive signs, for example, intuitively tell us that someone is hiding something. Lack of eye contact, for instance. Defensive posture, such as arm crossing. Lip compression is another one. These signs must be seen in context to discern deception. However, people just follow what they see, which means that they will see the behavior and automatically link it to deception. If you lie, keep your eye contact, speak slowly to avoid being seen as nervous, and keep an open body language. More can be said about this, but those are the basics. 8. Creating a fake tell. In elite poker, all the players are exceptional in reading body language, which provides them with the opportunity of creating false trails of deception or honesty. A tell gives away the person's hidden intentions. A fake tell tries to give the impression of real intention. A manipulator might try to associate a body language behavior like ear touching or duper's delight a few times when they are telling obvious lies, associating the lies with the behavior. This way people will pick up on it and look for it in future conversations. The manipulator will use fake tales of deception to misguide the observer into thinking they are winning, that they are one step ahead. 9. Creating a solid narrative and key points. In lying, creating a consistent and logical narrative is quite important. Master liars plan their lies beforehand, fill them with the elements we shared before. They lay down all the key points that they need to deliver, all the emotion they need to hit, all the details to include in context. When a lie is included in a context, it makes much more sense and it bypasses skepticism. Overdoing it, however, can make a lie look scripted, for instance using the same linguistic expressions like entanglement. I'm looking at you, Jada Pinkett Smith. Number 10. Don't use honesty expressions. While these expressions might be seen to you as truthful, they are perceived as very suspicious. Expressions like, to be honest, I have to say, or honestly, or this is who I am, or you know who I am, I'm not the type of person to do this, or I'm just gonna be real with you. These expressions give impression that the person is avoiding the accusation or telling lies. A non-verbal equivalent is the hand on the heart, often referred to as the please believe me gesture. Please believe me. 11. Watching out for tenses. When people rehearse their lies, they often think about them in the present tense and tell them in the past tense, since it's a narrative. Mixing tenses between present and past is a tell that the person is going through their head in following a certain script. The failure to stick to a past tense in verbs could give people a heads up. The exception to this rule is when the person is discussing dramatic events that involve rap and things of that nature. In police interrogations, using the past tense when describing a person could be a sign that the person is deceased. Example, policeman, we are doing everything we can to find your wife, Mr. Anderson. By the way, can you describe your marriage to us, Mr. Anderson? Our marriage is amazing, with lots of love, lots of adventure. Amy was a curious person, really high on life. He said was instead of is a curious person. Number 12. Don't avoid questions. When asked questions, trying to dodge them or change the topic is a crucial sign that something is off. People only need a whiff of doubt to consider that you are lying. The best manipulators don't give the person the chance to think that way. They answer questions as directly and shortly as possible, while giving eye contact. 13. Don't give too many details. Over-explaining things and mentioning details that aren't necessary can be seen as trying too hard. Word count is a factor in deception detection. Number 14. Admitting a smaller sin as a decoy. Master manipulators confess to past transgressions that are smaller in scale in relation to their real lies and transgressions. This selective use of truth throws people off the scent and gives them a sense of accomplishment that they managed to get a confession out of you. Example, admitting to wicked thoughts instead of wicked actions. 15. Creating doubt. Some liars create doubt in the target's mind by gaslighting them, making them lose belief in their own abilities. Cognition, memory, intuition, judgment. They will remind the person of moments when they forgot or misjudged someone. They will say anything to create confusion and overwhelm them with information. Some might even blame the other person of using the same tactics. 16. Rehearsing. Most liars are caught because they have created lies they don't remember and kind of trip on their own foot. Rehearsing the stories and lies is a crucial part of not getting caught. 17. Committing. The last part is committing to the lies and not budging. The best liars take their lies to their grave and avoid the urge of boasting of their deception. They choose to be smart than appearing to be smart. Their motto is discretion is more important than eloquence. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like this video, you will love this one over here. I'll see you there.